Okay, this is a tour of what is my game room right now. Most of my game systems are inside this room. All my cartridges are. There is a couple TVs out throughout the house that have more modern systems. The Switch, the Wii U, the PlayStation 4 20th anniversary, the Xbox One, and then I have Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, someplace else. But this is really where I would call this a game room. And in this game room, I've connected every single one of these systems with the exception of this Gold Star 3DO and that Sega CD. Actually, I think I can just pull this out. This is my original Sega CD, and I actually didn't have the Power Base converter as a kid, but I knew a kid who did, so I eventually got it. And I kind of consider this the ultimate kind of collection of things, but I don't have it plugged in because I have a Model 2, which is a little bit newer. But those two are the only ones that are plugged in. The rest of these are all plugged in. So that's a Dreamcast, an Atari Jaguar, which also I got the day it came out when I was a kid. My friend Paul Najima and I stayed up and waited. And it was a lot of fun. It's a very disappointing system. And then that's the GameCube, my TurboGrafx 16, which I'm very happy with the Turbo Booster Plus. Super Nintendo, PlayStation 2, Sega Saturn, which is an amazing gift from Tyler, and the Sony PlayStation 1. This is a collection of laser discs, and farther back here, I actually have the Oculus Development Kit, which I got shortly after the Kickstarter, and the DK2, which I got shortly before the consumer version. Up here, HTC Vive. Here is this is the swag bag. This is the swag bag that came with going to the Oculus Developer Conference. And it was one of the last ones that Palmer Luckey went to. It was after all their acquisitions, after they got acquired by Facebook.
Yeah, a really cool camera with a really cool tripod.
I know. And here's a Laserdisc collection, which includes the Star Wars Trilogy Definitive Collection, as well as some other fun ones, which I think right now probably, well, what I'm kind of happy about the most, this is an LP. This is actually a record. This is the background music that Computer Chronicles used. And let's see here, what else is interesting? Oh, here's one that's, I think, pretty fascinating. I think this is it. Right? Nope. There we go. Rad on Laserdisc. This is a really hard one to find, and this took a lot of waiting and eventually pulling the trigger on a really expensive one.
That is a really fast.
But I have it, and I love it. Let's see here. I got some computer science books, stuff I'm studying, stuff that I'm trying to apply, machine learning, structural algorithm design, structure and interpretation of computer programs.
I didn't know that you got those.
I know, right? This is a working CRT with a Power Glove adapter. That's a Laserdisc player, and then every one of these systems is plugged in right now. So I have 2 port switchers. They're 8 ports each.
That's
one
really
input
cool.
1, one input 2. If you can see in the camera, there's actually these labels below each of these bins, and they say the switch or input, and then the input on that switch. So this is 1, 2, which means input 1, channel 2. And over here, I got a very modest amiibo collection. Neo Geo, a NES, N64, and then I got some stuff that my brother brought back from Japan, which includes
That's really
Famicom.
cool.
That is not Rob the Robot. That is actually the Gyromite game, or it's the accessories that you would add to Rob the Robot.
I
But I
don't
think
know
it was
that.
cool. And a couple of cue cards like Street Fighter 2.
Oh, that's really cool.
And then Garbage Pail Kids, which I loved.
Oh, that's really fun.
And this is what I got most recently. This is Autodesk Animator Pro. I love
Oh, that's
collecting.
what I just figured out.
I know. I love collecting DOS productivity software, especially in its original box with all the manuals.
I don't even
And
know that.
I know. It's a lot of fun for me. I used to love productivity software when I was
Well,
really
that's
young.
really good.
And so actually having these things, these were
Oh,
way
that's
outside of my price
That's
range.
nice.
I think they were like thousands of dollars back
I
then.
don't know that.
And now I
didn't
got that
know
for
that.
$12.99. Let's see here. A couple of audio tapes.
I don't know that. I
this-
didn't know you got those.
This is the PAX West guide. This is the
I
year
got
that
that.
our panel was accepted.
I
So
got that.
sound test panel is in here, as well as some of the more like harder to get amiibo, like the Big Yarn Yoshi, and
That's super cool.
yep. Down here I have Master System, 32X, Sega
Oh,
CD,
you also have
Sega
tiny ones.
Genesis,
Oh, you also have a small one.
and then inside that cabinet I have a DVD VCR. And if you
That's
look
cool.
over here, you'll see my cartridges. Now, what I tried to do. Oh, one second, Scott. What I tried to do was group things. They're not alphabetical. They're just collected by system. But you
That's
see,
a damn picture.
I know. You see Keanu Reeves. There's a
It kinda looks
Neo
like a
Geo
poster.
games. DS games, PlayStation big box games, as well as GameCube games.
Well, that's really weird.
Really happy about this one. I love collecting versions of Doom.
Oh, I forgot that.
And PlayStation 2, Dreamcast, a
Oh,
bunch
I
of
know
NES.
that.
Most of those NES are actually games when I grew up. Those were my games
Oh,
as a
those
kid.
are really fun.
Including, my Game Genie. One of the things I
That's
started
really cool.
doing, which I really like, is I've been finding every once in a while these plastic cases
Oh,
that
that's
really
cool.
just, to me, remind me of the video rental experience. So the games I have in here are actually the games I really remember renting and really liking.
Oh, that's fun.
And up there you see some box games. You can't probably see it from this camera, but there's a box Stanley Parable. There's some Jaguar games, Super
that's
Nintendo,
cool.
Nintendo. The games
I know
themselves,
that.
if I have the boxes, I have the cart out loose so I can play it. 32X Jaguar, let's see here.
That's
This is a random collection of TurboGrafx 16 games
That's a really tiny disc.
and Game Boy games. As well as Sega CD, there's Lunar, Sonic CD, Sylpheed, Super Nintendo, which includes, I think I have it separate.
I
Oh,
don't know
yeah,
how much there is.
here we go. Which includes Earthbound. I don't have the original box, but I do have the original cart, which I'm very excited about.
I forgot that.
It's a very fun game. And
That's really fun.
let's see here. Yeah, more TurboGrafx 16 games. In the TurboGrafx 16 games, actually kept them
Well,
in the
that's a
box.
lot.
And if I have the
Almost
box.
1,000.
Nintendo Switch games. And
That's
then,
600.
you really can't see it from the camera, but down here I have a lot of the original boxes. So I have a box Sega Master System, which is the one that's
that's
plugged
kinda
in.
cool.
It is kind of cool, isn't it? And this is a fun one, and it always amazes me how heavy it is. But this is it. This is what a 20th anniversary PlayStation 4 looks like.
I don't know that.
I actually waited in line or waited online.
That's not
to get it.
exactly
A
cool.
friend of mine
That's
also bought one at the same
exactly-
time.
That's not exactly not cool.
His is unopened, and I think he's selling it on eBay at the moment, or he's about to. There's an Atari 5200, which I think is the only box
That's
sit
very
console that I haven't
good.
plugged in. It's
That's
kind of
a very
complicated to
big
set up.
number.
Of course, you gotta have an NES Classic. Again, day one, just stood in line in front of Best Buy. I would say
I
most of
didn't
these
know
I
that.
actually got just by waiting.
I
And
do not know that.
I know. And mostly that I probably got just by waiting in line. I eBay a lot of stuff, but usually it's things that are pretty, like, insignificant, things that most people don't care about. Oh, Scout. Hey, you're shaking the camera. All right, let's see here. What else
That
is there?
camera?
Yeah, that camera. That's the camera. Sega Saturn, Wii U, Sonic,
That's cool.
or Sega Master System, Switch, and
That's
Sega
fun.
Genesis.
That's all we
Yeah,
got.
this is my collection. It's fun. Oh, over there is a Virtual Boy, and which is totally working. Got
Where
games
is
in it. This thing says Virtual Boy, and
That's
then a bunch of
really
cameras, computers, just things I like playing with, and our cat and my
Daddy.
son Scout. That's it.
Daddy.